If legend badges don't do exactly what the name says that they do, then the NBA 2K25 builder is cooked, honestly. All right, y'all. What's good? It's Donzy Gaming, back with another NBA 2K25 video. You know, make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe if you're new. But today we're going to be talking about the builder some more. We're going to be talking about these new red legend badges and just how important it is to the success of 2K25 that these badges do exactly what they say that they do, that these are legendary badges, that there's a reason to go for these badges. It's going to be super important to the entire life cycle of NBA 2K25 that these legend badges that we know are in the game now, that we know require anywhere from a 97 to a 99 rating in whatever attribute it is, it's going to be important that they actually matter, that they actually change the game. You know what I mean? That they're adding some sort of huge boost to the attribute that you don't get anywhere from gold to Hall of Fame or from silver to gold, you know? It can't be linear. It has to be a huge jump from Hall of Fame to legend. That is the ideal way for it to go. And that is what the NBA 2K devs are telling us. That is how they're telling us that it's gonna go. This is what we've heard on the matter from ex-2K player turned dev, Wolf on Twitter. Some more insight on the 2K25 builder. If you decide to go for legend badges in a category, your build will suffer in other areas. If you want to be specialized and elite at one or two things, you'll be lackluster in other areas. Okay. Alternatively, you can be a good, well-rounded build with a few Hall of Fames, a lot of gold and silver badges in all categories, a balanced, do-it-all type build. Ultimately, it's your decision on how you want to play 2K25. Excited for you all to get in there and start labbing. What do we get from this? Honestly, 2K has been trying to trick us a little bit. They've been showing us the builder, the same builder type that we've been getting the past couple of years, which is the free builder. But what is Wolf saying here right now? Basically, this builder, it looks like a free builder, but it's really pie charts. It's really pie charts. And why is that? You're going to be able to specialize in one or two attributes. And that's what they're trying to do with these legend badges. They're going to make you great in one or two attributes. They're going to make you legendary in one or two attributes, like shooting, like a sharpshooter in older 2Ks. If you're a sharpshooter, then you know you couldn't dribble well, or maybe you could be a sharpshooter that could play defense, but you couldn't dribble well. You couldn't finish well, or maybe you were a slasher. If you were a slasher, then you knew that you weren't going to be able to be a great shooter. You knew that you weren't going to be able to be a great defender as well as being a great playmaker. You had to limit yourself in 2K20, in 2K21, old gen, of course. You had to limit yourself. You had to say, while I'm making this build, what is it that I want to do? What is it that I want to be good at? What is it that I want to be legendary at? And you had to pick that one thing, whether it was shooting, or maybe you had two things that you could be amazing at. If you found a way to finesse the builder a little bit, you could be an amazing shooter, amazing defender, but that means you couldn't dribble, and that means you couldn't really finish. You can be an amazing finisher, and you could be an amazing dribbler, but that means you couldn't really shoot unless, you know, you were really good at it. You could be an amazing defender. You could be a Hall of Fame defender and maybe shoot a little bit, but that means that you could not finish. That means that you could not put the ball on the floor. You had to pick and choose, or you can choose to make an all-around build, and if you were good enough, it worked for you because you weren't amazing at anything. That is when it was left up to you and your stick skill. That is what Wolf is saying here. So now that we understand that, we understand that if these legend badges don't matter too much, if they don't really make the difference, there's no point. If we look at a legend badge and the same way we've been looking at Hall of Fame the past couple years, do you remember how many times that there have been tests done by 2K Labs or Toots that we have this Hall of Fame badge that's supposed to be amazing, but We don't need it. We can stick with gold and get more bang for our buck. If that's the same way it is this year, we're cooked. Honestly, that's another way to break another free builder when they're trying to use badges as the limiter. They're using badges as the limiter for the pie charts. So if that limiter doesn't work, then the builder's going to be a mess. There's going to be a lot of broken builds, a lot of glitchy builds that come out this year. So it's very important that 2K does the badges right, that they do these legend badges how they should be done, that there should be a huge boost when you're going from a Hall of Fame badge to a legendary badge. Because if you don't, instead of having to, all right, I'm going to sacrifice all of this and stick with silver badges in these categories to get this one legendary badge, now it's going to be, oh, the legend badge doesn't make that much of a difference. Let me just go ahead and get 2 gold badges, maybe even 3 gold badges now, instead of this one legendary badge, when the gold badge has the same impact as that legendary badge. Do you follow what I'm saying? The build is going to be a mess. You know, there's going to be a lot of broken builds. There's going to be a lot of meta and a lot of copying if that is the case. Think about it. Slashers this year. Do you remember how big of an issue it's been the whole year on how little Hall of Fame precision dunker and Hall of Fame posterizer, it was an issue how little those 2 things affected your dunk meter. It's been an issue the whole entire year. There are multiple people who made videos about it who said, you know, it's just not worth it. Just focus on your attributes so you can get these animations. Forget the badges, just get them on maybe gold or silver. Call it a day. The rest is up to you. Do you remember how many times you were making a build and said, okay, maybe I'll just get Hall of Fame right stick ripper and I'll settle for gold glove or silver glove because that's enough? Do you remember how many times you had to say, all right, I'm going to get Hall of Fame clamps? I didn't do it often, but that's why the builder is so delicate. It affects the game so much. It's so important to how the game is going to play. There are only so many things that make a good 2K game overall. And one of the things is, you know, the limits on the builder. For example, shooting. If we know that shooting is easy, then a lot of people settle with low 3 balls. And if a lot of people are settling for low 3 balls, they're able to put a lot of attributes in other places, which in terms, it really just breaks the builder. It makes it too easy to shoot. And then you can make these demigod builds that can focus on other categories. But okay, I'll just get a 70-something 3-pointer and that'll be more than fine for me. You know what I mean? So it's really important to think about these things. It's really important to the game how every attribute should hold weight. They should all be important, on top of the fact that these legend badges need to matter. Like I said before, these legend badges are what's keeping the idea of a pie chart that 2K is trying to use. These legend badges are the lines in the pie chart, basically. If you want to be a pure red, the legend badges are what's going to make you a pure red and keep you from getting a red green or red blue. It's going to be the legend badges that are stopping you from getting to other categories, from splurging on attribute points in other categories. So it's important that they actually work, that they actually make the difference. We don't want to hear 2K Labs come out and say that you really don't have to get the legend badge. Hall of Fame is good enough. It's an issue, especially at the start of the year, especially with the option of cap breakers. You're gonna be intentionally sabotaging your build to get these legend badges, only to find out they don't work, 1. And 2, I could have just went right under it, saved a couple points, and threw a cap breaker on it at a later time. It's gonna really suck for players playing the game, especially when 2K doesn't let us redo builds. They don't refund us for builds. It's really gonna suck for a lot of people if that's the case. But like I said, legend badges, they have to be important. They have to matter. And 2, this builder, it's in the free format, but they gave us a pie chart. They're trying to enforce a pie chart builder on us. They're just giving us a little bit more freedom in it. They're letting us decide what the caps are. So it's really up to you as you're playing. But apart from that, that's pretty much all I got for y'all today. Hope y'all enjoyed. Drop a like on the video if you did. Let me know how you feel, honestly. Let me know if you agree, if you feel like I might be dragging it a little, saying that this is a pie chart builder, that they're just trying to, you know, sell us on a free builder, but it's really a pie chart. Let me know if you don't think that's exactly the case. Also, let me know if you think that legend badges really don't hold that much weight. I mean, I feel like it does. I'm praying that it does. I feel like that's important to the health of the game. But if you don't think so, if you think it's going to be cool that people can break the builder on the first 2 weeks of playing the game, if you think that's good for the game, let me know that too. I mean, I want to see where y'all stand on this. But apart from that, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'm out of here. Peace.